all making sense. I hope I'm not just speaking a bunch of gibberish, but yeah.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how to live a happier, stress-free life. Now, I know that seems very, not realistic to always be happy and always be stress-free. I like to think of myself as a fairly happy person, so I just wrote down a bunch of tips that help me when life gets really hard sometimes and you're just having a really hard time balancing all these different things you have to do. Like for me, it's school, YouTube, sports, music, all this different stuff is just so hard to just balance it all and be good at it all. And yeah, I just have some tips that really help me, and hopefully they will help you too. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the first thing that you have to do is cut toxic people out of your life. And I know this sounds really dramatic and it sounds hard to do, but I promise you it's not, and you're going to be a lot happier once you do this. So when I'm talking about toxic people, I don't mean about petty drama and all that stuff. Like, that's good to cut that out of your life too. But what I'm talking about is people that are constantly bringing you down, people that you just don't feel happy being around. And if you have to dread spending time with that person, then why are you spending time with them at all? So in order to just cut them out, just block them on social media, block their number, just have nothing to do with them. I know it's kind of impossible not to see them when you're at school, but just try your best to just not focus on what they're saying, and I promise you, you will be a much happier person. Another really important thing is to just declutter and get rid of all the stuff that you don't need, and that kind of goes along with cutting out toxic people in your life, because there's just a bunch of stuff that you just don't need, and you just don't need to worry about it or see it. So just clean up your room, clean up your space, make it a place that you actually want to go and you want to spend time in this place. For me, it is my room, because I'm actually in the process of decluttering it right now, and it's just making me so happy because I want this space to be a place where I am happy and I don't dread coming to, and that's really important. If the first place that you see when you wake up and the last thing that you see when you fall asleep is not a place that you are happy in, or not a clutter-free environment, then that is one of the first things that need to change, because when it's all this stuff crowding into your mind, you are more prone to feeling stressed out. So I would definitely recommend decluttering your space. This next tip is to eat healthy and exercise. I know this seems really generic, but it's true. But when you are feeding your body with clean, healthy food, and you're drinking a lot of water, and you're exercising, and you're releasing all those endorphins that do make you happy and less stressed out, then you are just going to feel so happy and so energized, and you're just going to feel like you can do anything, which you can, and that's the whole point of living a healthy lifestyle, is just to promote living your life to the fullest extent. I hope this is all making sense. I hope I'm not just speaking a bunch of gibberish, but yeah. Now, with maintaining a healthy lifestyle, it's very important to treat yourself, no matter what that might mean for you, if it's having a piece of dessert or if it's going shopping. It's important to treat yourself from time to time. It can get very boring living in such a rigid structure, and you need some variety in your life. So treating yourself is definitely a must. This next tip is probably one of the most life-changing tips, I guess you could say, and that is to grasp opportunities while you have them. So it's so easy to just let things slip through your fingers, and when you have an opportunity to go somewhere or see something, or when a friend asks you to go out with them somewhere, then you just turn it down just because you're lazy and you just don't want to get ready. That could be a life-changing opportunity for you that you never knew you might have. So I know this sounds really dramatic, but it's so true. Think about it. Like, your friend could invite you to the zoo and you could say no, but then your friend could go to the zoo and meet like a celebrity there. So that's like, okay, that's a little far-fetched, but just don't turn down opportunities while you have them. You know when a big opportunity is right around the corner, or when it just lands into your hands and you need to take that opportunity or opportunities. I can't really think of a good example right now, but you will know when there is an opportunity right in front of you, and it is so important that you take it. If you don't take these opportunities, or you don't do the things that scare you a little bit to do, then you will always be wondering, what if I missed out on this? What if it could have changed my life? What would have happened if I had just done it? You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about like illegal things or just things that you know are wrong. I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about life-changing opportunity. Try new things. This one is literally so like mind-blowing. How many people just don't try new things? And I was so surprised, because a lot of people just don't do things because they have a little bit of fear about what could go wrong. A lot of people don't like to take vacations or try new foods or try new activities like skydiving, for instance, because they're just too scared and they're too anxious to do it. And that was really mind-blowing for me, because I am a person that always loved taking risks and always loved doing them. I mean, of course, make sure that they're safe, but if there's something that you really want to do, don't let anything hold you back from it. Just do it, because you will always be wondering, what would it be like if I did do it? Or you'll be regretting the fact that you had this opportunity but you turned it down. So you don't want to live that way. You want to live guilt-free. So always try new things. Just pick a new thing a month to try. It doesn't matter how little it is. Maybe you want to read a book. Read a book. Just don't let anything stop you from doing new things, especially yourself. You are your own worst enemy. So when you want to do something but you have like the devil side of you telling you that maybe you shouldn't, but you're just too scared or anxious to do something, just go ahead and do it anyway. I promise it will make you so much happier and you will feel so much more confident as a person. This next thing is probably the hardest thing for a person to do, especially in this new, like, modern times, and that's to just unwind from technology and just don't look at your phone, don't look at your computer, don't look at the TV, don't look at any technological thing at all. Just like separate yourself from it, create a wall, and just don't look at it. Now, this can take some time, so I recommend just doing it an hour before you go to bed. It's so important not to look at technology like an hour before you go to bed, because you're trying to unwind and let yourself sleep better. And when you're constantly staring at a screen, you can't do that, and your brain is still working and all this stuff, and it's just not good for you. So I recommend just leaving your phone in another room. I don't even recommend putting it across the room, because you will get up and go see it when there's a notification, and you will hear it vibrate or you will hear it ping. So you want to turn it off or just put it in another room. Just be clear of it and read a book. There are so many good books. I know some people think that they're just not into books, but let me tell you, there are so many good books out there. I can tell you a bunch of them if you want me to, but just read a book, draw, color. There are so many things you can do, and you can realize how productive you can be in a short amount of time if you just distance yourself from technology. This next tip is the most important tip. If you're going to take away anything from my video, it should be this next tip, and it is to stand up for yourself. I cannot tell you how many people do not stand up for themselves, and it's really sad. Now, you gotta work on yourself and be confident with the person you are, and I know that takes time, but in the meanwhile, don't let people walk all over you, and don't let people decide things for you. You don't need an excuse to not do something that you don't want to do. Someone is peer pressuring you and just come on, just do it. You don't have a good excuse. You don't need to give them an excuse for anything. Just saying that you don't want to do something, or saying that you do want to do something. You don't have to give anyone a reason why or an excuse on why you should or shouldn't do something. Stand up for yourself. And for me, that influences me most with my hearing. I wear hearing aid. I don't know if you guys can see. I can do a whole video on like hacks and stuff because I gotten so good at this. Anyway, so I need closed captioning. This is the biggest thing. So many local movie theaters don't have closed captioning, and it's so annoying. And whenever we watch videos in class, and I go over to a friend's house, I'm just with a friend, and we're watching something, and they put something on, and they're not closed captioning. For the longest time, I would just like not say anything. I would just like sit there and be like, oh my god, I can't understand anything. This is so awkward. None of that would happen if I would have just stood up for myself and just said, hey, I need this. It's just a simple click of a button. These things are so simple and they can be fixed, but you just need to do something about it. So, yeah, I know it's hard the first time you try to stand up for yourself, the first time you actually, like, have a voice, but once you get over it, life will be so much easier, and it'll be less stressful, and there's just less to think about it, because you know that when something is not happening the way that it should happen to accommodate your needs, you can stand up for yourself and just tell people what you need, and it will be fixed. So yeah, that got a little bit deep. Yeah, and then my last tip is to just take it slow. I know this is a lot of information to retain, but if you just need to take it slowly and not worry if you mess up. There is no such thing as a perfect person, so stop striving to be perfect. It's a reality that doesn't exist. You are going to make mistakes. You are going to have days where you feel so stressed out and where you're just not a happy person, but it's important to just take a deep breath and realize that we are so much more than just the day itself, and life will get better, I promise. So please let me know what you think of this video. Give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.